Multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions. So let's have a look at our first example. As is normal for numeric fractions, we always try and cancel down before we multiply. Now here in this algebraic fraction you can see that we can cancel some z's down and we can cancel x's and y's as well. So let's do that first. So we can see that we can cancel both these y's, so y into y goes once, and y divided by y also goes once. Then we have our z terms, so z squared and z cubed, so we can divide them both by z squared. So z squared divided by z squared is 1. Z cubed divided by z squared is z. And last but not least, we have our x's. So we've got x squared and x, so we'll divide them both by x. So we'll get x squared divided by x is x, and x divided by x is 1. Sometimes it can get a bit confusing, so if you want to, just put a circle around what we're left with. So we've got a 3, an x, and a z, and then obviously all these ones won't make a difference. So we've got 3 times x times 1, which is just 3x. Z times 1 is just z, and that's our final answer. Now let's look at division. So as is normal with numeric fractions, we will always change our division sign to multiplication sign first and invert the second fraction. So once we've done that, we get 3x over y as before, change it to times, and then this here fraction has been turned upside down. Now, yet again, before we multiply through, we want to see if we can cancel any numerators with any denominators. So first thing I'll do is I'll cancel my numbers, and then my y's, then my x terms, and then from there I will times my top 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, and then I've got 1 times 2 times x, which is 2x. Let's have a look at this one. So the fastest to simplify, x plus 3 divided by 2x multiplied by x cubed over x plus 3 all squared. So if I look to cancel first, I can see that I have an x plus 3 and an x plus 3 all squared in the bottom, so I can cancel out one of these with one of these. So we get left with x plus 3 in the bottom, and then we can cancel the x terms, so that x cancels out and one of these cancel out, and that leaves us with x squared on the top and 2 multiplied by x plus 3 on the bottom. We have another division, so first thing we'll do is we'll change the division sign to multiplication and turn this fraction upside down. Now, as I mentioned earlier, whenever you see a quadratic expression in a fraction, you always try and factorise it first. So I can see we have x squared minus 16, and that is going to be factorised using the difference between two squares, which gives us x plus 4 times x minus 4. There are no other quadratic expressions, so I just write all the other terms and expressions down. And now I can see whether I can cancel any numerators with any denominators, and I can see I can here. So I've got x minus 4 and x minus 4, so I'll cancel them down. And I can just check, I can see an 8 here and a 2, so I can cancel those two. So that gives me 4, and I'm left with x. So as I said, sometimes it's quite difficult to see what you're left with, so sometimes you can just circle them. So I'm left with an x plus 4 and an x and another 4 here. So I'm just going to have another quick check to see if anything else can be cancelled down. No, that's it. So I've got x plus 4 times by x over 4. Now it's your turn to answer some questions. Pause the video, then try these. How did you do? Here are the answers. If If you answered any incorrectly, have a look back through the video and then try again.